Hello everybody, how are you? My name's Iris Smith and I'm the owner of a small business called The Flower Patch. And at The Flower Patch I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements from door wreaths, door swags, things for the home decor, things for your garden, things for your business, weddings, funeral tributes and much more. Right, this is going to be a short video before I actually do the other video. A young lady called Molly Ann has asked and requested if I could show her how to do the poly ribbon, the one with the pleats and also the one that you place on top where you could stick the name on as well. So I'm going to just do a short video on showing her how that is done. And this is the one that she... assume what sticks on the wreath, like so, where you can stick lettering on yourself with the person's name. That's the one. We're going to do it in yellow like the young lady requested because she may be able to see it better there. And then I'm going to show you just a small scale on how to do the box pleat ribbon, and that's what it's called, and I'll show you the reason why it's called that. So I'm going to bring the camera down, guys, so you can zoom in and Molly Ann can get a better look of it. So just bear with me one moment. Right, I'm going to bring it down. I hope this is a bit better for you, Molly Ann. I'm going to try and bring it right down so you can see. Right, let's start with the easiest one first. Now this is the one that you place on top of, I've just got a piece of foam out just to basically show, to sit on a wreath or a funeral tribute that you do. It's really easy to make. It's only 4 staples, so all you're going to need for this is a pair of scissors to cut the poly ribbon and some staples and your poly ribbon. So let's start. First of all, let me just dovetail this end. So I fold it in half, cut out to the side, and there you have your dovetail. Right, once you decide on how long you want your tail end first, you may only want a small one like so. You may want a longer one, you know, like that. It all depends on what you want or how big your wreath is or your funeral tribute. I've had a love heart where it has had over nearly just under 100 red roses, and I had to obviously had a longer tail end which was probably about like that on either end. The love heart was huge. So I'm going to do it where it is like this. Just place it on your mat, decide on the length of your tail end, and get this piece in your other hand, bend it over like you're going to pleat it, or don't fold it down. If you press it down, Molly Ann, you will get a pleat and you will get a crease along it, so don't fold it. So once, let me just cut this bit off. Once you've done that, you can see wherever you want your let's get it right, your tail end. Get your staple and go 1, 2. That's it. And that then creates that effect. So then when you bring it back over, you've got the tail end like so. And then you decide on how long it is for the person's name. And say if we do, just cut that bit off. Dovetail this end before you carry on. And you want obviously the tail end around the same, so I tend to just sometimes measure it around there. So keep my finger where it is. And then I get this ribbon now, go over to where my thumb is. I don't go any further than that. Grab it in my hand. Again, not creasing it. 1, 2. And then you have both of them where you have got that effect. So then, I forgot now. There we are. Then you place this bit here, and all you need to do is get either a moss pin to go through it into your foam, and then turn that one in as well, like so. You can meet them if you've just got the word mum, or you can spread them so they're a bit longer like that, and then just grab moss pin, place it in there on your foam, so you will have it here. I'll make a pin. If you've not got any moss pins, just get a floral wire, round it off like the letter U, like so. I think that may be a bit long. So then you just grab it, go through. So that holds that one in. Do the same with another piece. You bend your moss pin over like so, just like the letter U. Go over. And that will stay on your wreath or whatever funeral arrangement you are doing, or any arrangement. So that is how you do it at your little tribute where you have your name. I can show you that again if you didn't get that, Molly Ann, and I was a bit too quick. Again, you can do them at any length. So first stage, dovetail. You can either cut down how long you think you're going to need it. Say like if we're going to need it here, and then you can trim it. So there you have, and place it horizontal on your mat. Get the other piece, the long piece, bend it over to where you want your loop coming over. Just hold it with your thumb and finger, get your staple and go 1, 2, like so. So then you have that. And then you come to the other end. I don't think I want it that long. So let's just dovetail that end and do the same. Go over, let's, like so. Place thumb and finger down, like so. So you've got it. 1, 2, like that. So then you've got this effect again. And then get your arrangement. Let me use these. Stick your moss pins, floral pins, whatever, or a piece of wire, floral wire, like so. I don't know what it is, the other one. And then just stick it through into your oasis or your foam. And that is what you have, my darling. And then you've got your tail ends. If you notice one tail end like this is longer than the other, just fold it as you would. Let me just turn it that way. and just cut it a little bit shorter, like so. And that's all you do for that, my darling. It is just 2 staples either side and floral wire or floral pins. Now for your pleat, it's a bit different. Some people may know how to do this, some people don't. I'll just take a little bit off to show you. Right, you will, as you're looking at it, it will be that way, my darling. If you're left-handed, then you would more than likely hold the ribbon in your right hand. If you are right-handed, you will more than likely hold it in your left because you work with your right. So what I do first is if I fold it over like so. So you've made a little pleat. Don't crease it again. By creasing it, you won't get that curvature in it and that soft look. Then get your staple and just staple the first bit together. Again, don't press and, you know, go like that. Then you get your next one. Because you've gone over the top, you've done that curve over the top like that, you need to now go under. So you get this next piece and you do the same. You go under, you meet with this one like so. But you keep your, so it's meeting up together like that. So it's like open the box like so. So you can do it smaller or bigger. I tend to go smaller when I'm going under because I don't like it too big. Get your staple. Try and keep your staples in a straight line near the top. Again, don't crease it because you want that curve like so. And now we've just gone under, we need to go back on top. So you do the same thing again, meet up with this side here. So you go up to that side like so. Then get your stapler, make another incision. So as you can see, it is curving around. So now I've gone on top, again, not pleating it. I need to go underneath. And all I do is just curve a little bit so that meets up like so. Because I don't want big boxy, you know, squares. Because if you do it really big, you get wide boxes at the top. So I've met up with that at the back here. You may have to watch this a few times, Molly Ann. Place another staple in. So now I need to go back on the top. And again, meet up with that box like so. Because if you place them together, they're meeting up like that. And that's where they say open the box. That's why it's called, because this is like a box pleat. So then you do your staple again. So now I've gone on the top. You can see the curve. So what you've got here, like your two boxes, you have got here on the back as well. So now I need to go back underneath. And again, try and keep it quite level. It will go around, you know, will move. Place another staple in. And again, you've got it now on the back. So then you come back up on the top. Don't go like that, because if you do that, you end up with that big square there. Hence the reason I say, I go, do little ones. I just do a little pleat like that, because then I don't end up on the top or on the bottom with big wide pleats. So now on the top, and I'm meeting up again, because if I did it like that, I can go wider and wider. So I just do a little pleat to meet up with this, like I'm boxing it in, and then staple it. So then you've got that size box. So now I've gone on top. As you can see, it's all going around. And then when you fold it together, it will be like that. So then I'm now going underneath. Again, just doing a little pleat, meeting up with that there. And stapling it. So back on the top. Because again, if I can go wider, so I don't, I keep an eye on how big the width is. And I'm meeting up, as you can see, with the pleat. I'm not going over it or, you know, wider. And as you can see, the staples are all virtually next to each other. And we are forming that pleat. So again, now we've gone on top. Just bend it. It can be a bit like so. Just make sure that it's all tidy at the back. Oh, I hope I haven't run out of staples. And like so. I think I may have run out of staples. I should have checked. But what you have there, you should have on the back as well. So hence the reason that is a boxed pleat, because it's like open the box there, turn it over, open the box there. So that's why they call it a box pleat. But that is what you have, and then you should, if I get a piece of this, when you attach it, you will get that effect as it sits on your arrangement. So you may have to go and keep rewinding this. That's the only easiest way I can do it, because there's no other way to do it any easier. You can just, let me just check my staples. Yeah, I've run out. You just, you know, just keep getting little bits at a time, Molly Ann, to, you know, do it. Oops, wrong way. Let me just, because, you know, practice makes perfect, you know. Don't expect to be able to do it immediately. I didn't. It took me a while. But again, we've gone underneath here. So now bring it. I'm trying to get it as close as possible, my darling. Just a little pleat, look. As you can see here around the top, I'm not going like that. Where you can see, if I just hold it, that, all of that. Because then that makes a big pleat on the back. So if you stick to a certain, you know, size that you like, I tend to go around like so. So it's only a small pleat. And then where it's bent and curved here, that's where I place my stapler. So then it's created a smaller pleat on the back. And then I've gone on top and it's met up, as you can see, with the front. I haven't gone overlapped it or anything. So I've done the top, so you can now, did I do the top? I can't remember. Did I take it under? No, I took it under the bottom. Oh my good gracious me, I can't remember myself. No, it's that one, under the bottom. Yeah, so it's under the bottom again. I've overlapped it a little bit, made that pleat. Stapled it. As you can see, it's curving around. That's all it does, is curve around. So I've gone under the bottom, so now I'm coming on the top, and I just do a little bit of a curve here, because that's the width of my pleat. Hold it together again, don't crease it, and staple. So now I've done that, I'm going under, and I'm doing the same similar little pleat by going under with my ribbon, and then fastening that on with a staple as well. Then I'm back on the top, where I'm bending it just a little bit here. I'm not bending it here, so I've got that. I'm bending the curved bit around here to about half an inch, but probably less. And that again is all you do. Keep doing that. It can be time consuming, especially if you've never done it before. Let's just bend that pleat, staple, and that is what you get. You get all of that, where it's like a tutu a pleat, and that again is what you would sit on your funeral arrangement, like, or whatever you are creating, like so, and then it would be placed, and then you can just carry on going round like that. And that is how you do a box pleat. I hope that helps, Molly Ann. I mean, I could keep going and going and going, but it's just the same procedure. If you wish, you could watch this video back again and again, you know, until you get it. I've done it where I was taught, and it took me a while to get it, but that was back in the day. So but again, that's all you need, is a pair of scissors to cut the poly ribbon, some staples, and that's basically it. And if you're doing this one, I mean, here's an orange one, but if you're doing this one, instead of getting some ribbon where you have to pay for it to be personalised with a name on, unless you've got a ribbon maker that does that, get some sticky letterings that you just stick off, and they will pull off, and you can stick them onto the poly ribbon, some fancy ones, and that will look just as nice. And it's also, it's great on book costs. It's not as expensive. So I hope then that helps, my darling, and let me know if that was all right for you. Right, well, that's it for the little short video for that. I have got everything prepared, ready to do the other video, so I will be moving on to that. I have got a customer coming in about half an hour to pick up the funeral football that I have completed, and then I've got another funeral to do as well. And then I'm also doing the video for today. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video for today, guys. Take care, and I love you all. Thanks a lot. Bye.